Welcome to another video. Today, we'll be going over some tips and tricks with Gene to help you master him in the current meta. So all these tips and stats are updated to 2025. Now, let's start. First, let's get the basic idea of Gene. Gene is a mythic brawler who has a moderate health and attack. For his attack, his lamp spews out a ball of smoke that splits after a certain range. Gene's super pulls an enemy and drags them to Gene's location. First of all, let's go with Gene's build. Of course, you want to go with his first gadget, Lamp Blowout. It's huge to be able to push people back and even heal from it, like M's gadget. For the gears, I usually go with his Mythic gear for more range on his super, and either the damage gear or vision gear for one or the other. For the star power, I like to use his second one. Dealing 2000 damage is huge, and it can be used if your opponent is low and you need ammo, or just more range to get him. His first one, Magic Puffs, is great for 3v3, healing your teammates just by standing near them. So there's really no wrong way to go here. It all depends on the game mode and the map. Next is his Hypercharge. Do not waste 5,000 coins for it. It's more of a nerf than a buff. Sure, you get damage, speed, and shield boost, but the super just drags them to you faster, which gives you less time to hit them during the grab. You also pull out free hands, and you don't want to pull out free people. We all know how that's going to end. If you do somehow get it, from a star drop or hypercharge drop or anything else, only use it for the boosts. Don't use the super, it's basically a super nerf. Now that we have the best build for Gene, let's see what game modes are best for him. We have Gem Grab, which tends to be his best game mode, since you can just grab people with a lot of gems last second to secure a win. Next, we have Solo Showdown. Now I understand that many people think he sucks in this game mode, but if you know how to play him, and you know all the tricks, he can actually be pretty insane in Showdown. Now in Duo Showdown, he's a little better, because you can use Magic Puffs, star power, to heal your teammate. He's very solid in duels, since in a 1v1, he can pinch a brawler and his DPS is often underrated, so he can win the majority of the 1v1s, and sometimes even 1v3. For Brawl, he's not that good, although Lamp Blowout gadget and his super can drag people away from the ball, which tends to save goals. Next, there's Heist, which can easily be his worst game mode. Never select Gene for Heist, ever, since he really can't do much damage to the Heist. For Knockout, he's really good, since he has the long range, and he's really good at tapping brawlers to see where they are. He's good for Bounty, same reason as Gem Grab, since he can just grab people with a lot of stars and wipe them out. For Hot Zone, he's pretty good. Since he's a controller, he can use his widespread attack to keep people out of the zone, and his super to grab them out of it. Now that we have the game modes out of the way, for his attack, Gene shoots a medium-ranged ball of smoke that deals damage and travels relatively slowly. If it doesn't hit a target, it splits up into 6 projectiles that spread out in a cone, in a similar way to Penny. The damage is equally distributed between them, and they travel for additional 5.67 tiles. One of Gene's best traits is how easily he can pinch, preventing the opponent from healing. It is recommended to try and hit them without the attack splitting, because it can take more than 20 splitting shots to charge a super, and only about 4 hits if you hit them before splitting. Gene can easily check pushes. Just use the spread attack and it'll cover a huge amount so you can know if someone is there or not. This is why you can use the vision gear to make Gene's attack even more powerful, since it's easy to hit someone with the spray and you'll know exactly where they are, so you can continually hit them and they can never heal. Now, at full power, each shot deals 2,000 damage before splitting, so if you can calculate quickly, if you have enough ammo to take down the opponent, quickly rush them. Now, let's move on to his super. Gene shoots a long-ranged hand that passes through obstacles. If it hits an enemy brawler or an enemy brawler's spawnable, such as Bruce or Jesse's turret, it pulls the enemy to Gene, destroying all obstacles the enemy goes through in the meantime. Gene can also attack an enemy while pulling them, so you should have an ammo ready when pulling the enemy. If you pull them and you have no ammo left, they're going to delete you. The magical hand won't destroy obstacles if Gene doesn't grab anyone, so you should always wait and see the opponent's movement pattern so you know exactly where to place your super, so that by the time they reach you and you hit them, you can also destroy obstacles in the meantime. Another thing is that when using your super, it's a great way to cancel attacks, like grabbing a Frank while he's using his super, it'll immediately cancel it. So that's always a way to cancel the super. Lamp Blowout gadget can also do the same thing. But if many brawlers are close together, I don't recommend grabbing anyone unless they're all low HP. Because if you accidentally grab the wrong brawler and they turn out to be a Chester or Shelly or any assassin, then they're absolutely going to delete you. So once you've correctly located and grabbed your opponent, who isn't that strong at close range like a support or a thrower, you now need tips on how to beat them. First, once you've grabbed them, you should start running backwards. That way, you have more time to kill the enemy brawler since they are technically stunned while in your hands. If the enemy brawler is still alive by the point where you can shoot you can use the gadget if you're using Lamp Blowout, and you can push them back, since while they're being pushed back, they can't attack. So you get one more ammo slot in that time to hopefully finish them off. And if you can't, then you must have pulled the wrong brawler. If you don't play the Spirit Slap Star power, meaning your super doesn't deal damage and this strategy will only deal 8,000 damage, then you should always be near your teammates, because the Magic Puff Star power only works with teammates near you. And if you can't finish off the enemy, then you're gonna have teammates. You're gonna need them to finish it off for you. Then maybe they can help you kill them. But always make sure that you use your super right. Everyone, including the former top Gene player, says that one pull can change the entire course of the game. So use it wisely. One thing about the gadget is that you should always have Lamp Blowout gadget, no matter how strong the other one is. Since, let's say an assassin jump scares you, or Edgar just leaps onto you, the only thing saving you is the pushback from the gadget. And in game modes such as Showdown and Knockout, you can't be dying that easily to frequently use brawlers. Gene is meant to be a passive brawler, so you don't use the other gadget and get aggressive. One thing to note is that the gadget will heal 10% of your base HP, but that only works if you push someone back, so don't make the mistakes of using it to heal. But let's say you already have Vengeful Spirit gadget and you don't have enough resources to buy Lamp Blowout, then you should always keep your enemies at a distance, since a gadget deals more damage the further you are away. You should also use it when the opponent isn't near a bush, since the gadget won't hit people when they're in bushes.